It was late evening in a small Canadian town when Ryan, a single father of 7-year-old Emma, walked into a diner after a long day of work. The air outside carried the chill of autumn, and the warmth of the diner felt like a small escape. Ryan and Emma had a routine. Friday nights meant pancakes at the corner booth. But that night, something felt different. The waitress who came to take their order smiled politely, yet her red, swollen eyes betrayed a storm she couldn't hide. Ryan noticed. He had seen those same red eyes in the mirror countless times after his wife passed away 3 years ago. He knew what it was like to carry pain while trying to keep moving forward. The waitress's hands trembled slightly as she poured coffee into his mug, and her voice cracked when she asked Emma what she wanted to eat. Ryan couldn't just ignore it. When she walked away, Emma whispered, "Daddy," she looks sad. Her innocent words tightened something in Ryan's chest. He nodded softly. "Yeah, sweetheart, she does." A few minutes later, when the waitress returned with their food, Ryan looked at her kindly and said, "Are you okay? You don't have to answer, but you don't look fine." For a moment, the waitress froze. No one had asked her that all day. People came and went, ordered food, left tips, and never looked beyond the uniform. Her lips trembled before she quickly forced a smile. "I'm fine," she whispered, but her eyes gave her away. Ryan leaned forward, his voice gentle. "I know what it's like to pretend you're fine when you're not. If you need someone to listen, I've got 2 ears. And a shoulder, if that helps." His words carried no judgment, just quiet sincerity. The waitress, whose name tag read Sophie, stood there for a moment, fighting back tears. Finally, she exhaled. "It's just been a really hard week. My mom's sick, the bills keep piling up, and I feel like I'm drowning. But I have to keep smiling, you know. Because this job, it's all I've got." Her voice broke on the last word. Emma, with her childlike honesty, looked up at Sophie and said softly, "My mommy's in heaven. When Daddy cries, I hug him. Maybe you need a hug too." Sophie's eyes filled instantly. She knelt down beside the little girl, and Emma wrapped her small arms around her neck. It was such a simple gesture, but it cracked open the wall Sophie had been holding up. Ryan reached out, resting a steady hand on Sophie's shoulder. "You don't have to go through everything alone. Life is heavy, but sometimes sharing even a little piece of it makes it lighter." That night, after her shift ended, Sophie sat with Ryan and Emma at their booth for a few minutes. They shared stories. Ryan talked about losing his wife and raising Emma on his own. Sophie talked about her mom and the weight of responsibility she carried. There was no magic fix, no sudden solution, but there was connection, and it was enough to ease the loneliness. As they got up to leave, Ryan handed Sophie a small card with his number on it. "If you ever need help, whether it's groceries, or just someone to talk to, don't hesitate. I know what it's like to feel like nobody sees you. But I see you." Sophie clutched the card with tears still glistening in her eyes. "Thank you. You have no idea how much this means." Outside, as Ryan held Emma's hand and walked toward their car, Emma looked up at him and said, "Daddy, you made her smile again." Ryan smiled back, his heart full. "Sometimes, sweetheart, being kind is the most powerful thing we can do." And that night, Sophie went home feeling lighter than she had in weeks. She wasn't alone anymore, because someone had noticed, someone had cared. And for Ryan, it was a reminder that even in his own brokenness, he could still help heal another person's heart. The story wasn't about a grand gesture or a heroic act. It was about one man offering his shoulder, one little girl offering her hug, and a tired waitress realizing that kindness still exists in the world. A reminder for everyone that sometimes, the smallest acts of compassion can change someone's entire night, and maybe even their life. Do you want me to expand this into a longer version with more dialogue and background so it fills out closer to the pacing of a full 4-minute YouTube narration?